They go head-to-head as Caitlin Clark and the Fever host A'ja Wilson and the defending champion Aces. Now, A'ja has dominated in their matchups, winning both meetings so far, but we know that Caitlin has just been a revelation.
Imagine this. A'ja Wilson just shattered the WNBA single-season scoring record. Her 956 points in just 35 games give her the record for the most points in a season. She could potentially be the first to hit the 1,000 mark in the next few games. But that's not even the craziest part. On the other side of the court, Caitlin Clark's making history too. First player ever with 700 points and 300 assists in a season. Two legends, one game. Let's break it down. Wilson's record-breaking moment? Pure magic. She's not just scoring, she's rewriting the record books. And Clark? She's not just playing, she's revolutionizing the game. It's watching two superstars go head-to-head, and we're all here as witnesses.
She's pretty incredible. I mean, you watch her and it's unguardable. There's nothing anybody can do to stop it. Like, she's just that dominant.
But here's where it gets wild. The Fever, they came out swinging. Took an early lead that had everyone's jaws on the floor. Will the Fever finally end their 13-game losing streak against the Aces? But the Aces, they had other plans. Las Vegas features 4 Olympians, 2 Finals MVPs, a 2-time league MVP in A'ja Wilson, and back-to-back WNBA champions. They're just stacked. You think you know how this ends? Think again. This game had exciting twists and turns. In this video, we'll break down key plays in the game, share the most viral moments, highlight the records broken, and analyze what the Fever need to do to win against the rematch in 2 days. Before we dive in, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel so we can bring more basketball content to viewers like you. Ready to see how it all went down? Let's go!
MVP favorite A'ja Wilson taking on Rookie of the Year favorite Caitlin Clark. Wilson, 11 points away from breaking the WNBA single-season scoring record. Clark, 11 assists away from the WNBA single-season assist record.
Let's rewind to the opening seconds. The Fever didn't just start strong. They unleashed a scoring blitz that had everyone wondering, is this the night David finally topples Goliath? The Indiana Fever came out swinging with a jaw-dropping 7-0 run to start the match. Just 36 seconds into the game, and the Las Vegas Aces were already calling a timeout. That's right, the defending champs were on their heels from the get-go. Kelsey Mitchell kicks things off with her signature attack to the basket. Red-hot Lexi Hull then hit a corner three-pointer that set the tone, followed by a sweet jumper from Aaliyah Boston. The energy in the arena? Electric. But here's where it gets wild. A'ja Wilson, never one to back down from a challenge, decided to respond in true 2-time MVP fashion. She rattled off 4 consecutive buckets, single-handedly shifting the momentum back to the Aces. It was like watching a chess match, with both teams trading back and forths. By the end of the first quarter, Wilson had racked up 10 points. The Aces? They'd managed to snatch back the lead, ending the quarter up 20-18. But don't think for a second that the Fever were out of it. Kelsey Mitchell was on fire, keeping her team in the game with her consistent scoring. You want to talk about star power? This game had it in spades. On one side, you've got Wilson, marching towards that single-season scoring record. On the other, Caitlin Clark, looking to add to her already impressive tally of 700 points and 300 assists. 2 titans of the game, going head-to-head. The first quarter was a microcosm of the entire game. High energy, back-and-forth action, and moments that had fans on the edge of their seats. The Fever showed they weren't intimidated by the Aces' star-studded lineup. 4 Olympians, 2 Finals MVPs, a 2-time league MVP in Wilson. The Fever said, "Bring it on." As the buzzer sounded to end the first quarter, one thing was clear. This wasn't going to be a walk in the park for either team. The Aces might have had the lead, but the Fever had proven they could hang with the champs. It was a game that helped the young Fever get a taste of playoff intensity. If you've made it this far and are enjoying the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. We know watching this video takes some of your time, and we appreciate you. Now back to the action.
Clark got around Stokes, gets to the rim, lays it in, and a foul.
That playoff intensity, it was about to reach a whole new level. What if I told you the Aces had a secret weapon that would turn this tight game into a showcase of dominance? And it wasn't just their offense. As the second quarter unfolded, the Aces' true colors began to shine. Their secret weapon? An impenetrable defense that left the Fever scrambling. The Aces' adjustments were nothing short of masterful, transforming a close game into a clinic on both ends of the court, coached by former Coach of the Year Becky Hammon. A'ja Wilson, the unstoppable force at the heart of the Aces lineup, took center stage. Her impact was felt on every possession. Wilson's footwork in the post was poetry in motion, leaving defenders guessing and fans in awe. She didn't just score, she created opportunities for her teammates, drawing double teams and finding open shooters. But it wasn't just Wilson's offensive prowess that turned the tide. Her defensive presence was equally intimidating. 3 blocks and 2 steals might not sound like much, but they don't tell the whole story. Wilson's ability to alter shots and disrupt passing lanes had the Fever second-guessing every move. As the Aces' lead grew, Caitlin Clark found herself in unfamiliar territory, struggling. The Aces' defense swarmed her, disrupting her rhythm and forcing tough shots.
Really doing a nice job attacking.
Clark full speed ahead and denial at the rim.
Clark's usual magic touch seemed to have disappeared, as she finished the game with just 16 points on 6 of 22 shooting, including a tough 1 of 10 from beyond the arc. While Clark struggled, Kelsey Mitchell fought hard to keep the Fever in the game. Her aggressive drives and timely buckets provided a glimmer of hope for Indiana. But every time the Fever made a run, the Aces had an answer. As the second quarter wound down, the stage was set for a historic moment. With just seconds left before halftime, Aja Wilson received the ball near the elbow. A quick jab step, a silky smooth release, and the ball found nothing but net. That jumper wasn't just 2 points. It was Wilson's 941st point of the season, breaking the WNBA single-season scoring record. She would eventually end the night with 27 points and 12 rebounds, extending her record to 956.
Just earlier this season, she's working on it.
Wilson's been deadly in the mid-range here tonight.
The arena erupted. Teammates rushed to congratulate her. Even the Fever players couldn't help but acknowledge the magnitude of the moment. Wilson had just cemented her place in WNBA history, and she did it with the same grace and determination that's defined her entire career. But Wilson wasn't done. As the second half began, she continued to dominate. When the Fever closed the gap to 72-66, Wilson took matters into her own hands, scoring 8 consecutive points for the Aces. It was a microcosm of her season. When her team needed her most, she delivered. The Aces' depth proved to be another crucial factor. Alicia Clark and Tiffany Hayes came off the bench with significant contributions, providing the spark that helped Las Vegas pull away for good. As the final minutes ticked away, the outcome was no longer in doubt. The Aces had taken control, turning a competitive game into a statement win. For the Fever, it was a tough lesson, but one that could prove valuable as they prepare for the rematch in just 2 days. The game may have been decided, but Caitlin Clark's impact was far from over. What happened next would not only set social media ablaze, but also prove why Clark is redefining what it means to be a superstar in the WNBA. Just when it seemed like the Aces had stolen the show, Caitlin Clark reminded everyone why she's one of the most exciting players in the league. With the Fever trailing, Clark pulled off a move that had fans jumping out of their seats. She drove hard to the basket, absorbed contact from Kelsey Plum, and still managed to finish the tough layup. The whistle blew, and the crowd erupted. Clark had just scored an and one over one of the Aces' star players.
On Plum here, Clark leans in, draws the foul, and knocks it down.
This wasn't just any highlight reel play. It was a statement. Clark was showing that even in a tough game, she could create moments of pure basketball magic. But Clark wasn't done yet. Later in the game, she showcased her range with a deep step-back three-pointer that left defenders shaking their heads.
Championship medal of Las Vegas on full display, and Clark dropping a three.
It was the kind of shot that makes you rewind the TV. Even as the Fever struggled to keep pace with the Aces, Clark was still giving the crowd much-needed energy. These viral moments weren't just about flashy plays. They were glimpses of Clark's resilience and determination. In a game where her shot wasn't falling as consistently as usual, she found other ways to make an impact and keep fans engaged. Speaking of impact, let's talk about the history Clark made that night. She became the first player ever to reach 700 points and 300 assists in a single season. Think about that for a second. In her first year, Clark is already setting records that even seasoned veterans haven't touched. It's a testament to her all-around game and her ability to both score and create for her teammates. Her and fellow star teammate Kelsey Mitchell made history together, being the first pair of teammates to each have 100 three-pointers in a single season. But it wasn't all smooth sailing for Clark. After the game, she opened up about her frustrations with the officiating. "The offensive fouls are definitely surprising at times," Clark said. "I feel like I do get held and get quite a bit of contact throughout the games. It is what it is." It's a candid glimpse into the challenges even star players face as they navigate the physical play of the WNBA. Despite these challenges, Clark's reflection on her performance showed maturity beyond her years. "Overall, I didn't feel like I played bad," she explained. "I felt as a group, we really struggled to make shots that we had been making." This ability to analyze her own game and the team's performance is crucial for a young player looking to improve. Looking at the bigger picture, Clark's night was a microcosm of her season. The final stat line might not have been her most impressive. 16 points on 6 of 22 shooting, including a tough 1 of 10 from beyond the arc. But it's the moments of brilliance, the record-breaking achievements, and the resilience in the face of a strong opponent that truly define her impact. Clark's performance against the Aces serves as a reminder of why she's captured the attention of basketball fans everywhere. It's not just about the numbers she puts up, impressive as they often are. It's about her ability to create memorable moments, to push the boundaries of what's possible on a basketball court, and to keep fighting even when shots aren't falling. As the Fever look ahead to their rematch with the Aces, Clark's performance in this game offers both lessons and hope. It shows that even against the league's best, she can hold her own and create magic. It also highlights areas where she and the team can improve, setting the stage for what promises to be an intriguing rematch. The Aces sealed their victory with a final score of 86-75, showcasing their championship-caliber performance. A'ja Wilson's record-breaking 27 points and 12 rebounds were the highlight, while Caitlin Clark finished with 16 points and 6 assists for the Fever. As the Fever prepare for the rematch, they're focusing on adapting to the Aces' physicality and improving their shooting. Clark acknowledged the need to adjust her game, saying, "I need to figure out how to handle that pressure a little bit better." The team's playoff spot, their first since 2016, adds extra motivation to their preparation. This game highlighted the contrast between the Aces' championship experience and the Fever's growth. While Las Vegas aims to defend their title, Indiana is nurturing young talent like Clark and Boston. The rematch promises to be intriguing. Will the Fever's adjustments be enough to challenge the Aces' dominance? What do you think? Let us know in the comments. Like and subscribe so you never miss out on the latest news. Click the video on the screen and we will see you in the next one.